This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by one of the spiders involved on the
Spider, the original, there's no other one. You know, a few's trying to come through, but I'm glad I set the way for to inspire the next generation.
it's a good way to put it in next generation, obviously. Saturday's a next gen card. Don't know whether you would class yourself as next gen, Craig.
I think I've done 5 of the show, headline them, but it's all good. It's just like first London show, and it's probably the only London show we're going to have for a while, and it wasn't about being picky, it was about activity and getting back out. I want to be busy this year, so I didn't mind what show it was.
Didn't matter what show it was, and you come back into a tough fight. Boris Crichton's known on the scene. He's a tough, durable man who will come to try and give his best, try and win. Was how important and key was that for you for your first fight back after so long? You didn't just face somebody who would be classed as a journeyman or somebody you would be expected to somewhat blow over.
Yeah, no, he's a very good fighter. I've seen a lot of him. I've seen him aggressive. I see him take a short notice fight before, and he's hurt opponents in them fights. He's quite strong. He knows what he's doing. Good amateur pedigree, so I know he's going to come. So yeah, it's perfect for it to come back to, not a mug, and it sets to where I'm going to be at.
He's given a fair few fighters on the domestic scene some tough rounds. When you look at what he has done, is it on your mind to really try and produce something which people will take note of?
Yeah, I'm not going to try and do too much and overpressure myself, but of course it would be nice to go out there and perform well and make a statement of coming back. But you know, I've been out for a little while. It's just best I just go in there, do my job, and box and best of my abilities. And if it comes, it comes.
Your first fight under the tutelage of Shane McGuigan as well. How excited are you to get working together now in the corner?
I'm very excited. I want to just start implicating some of the things he's been telling me. And also having him in the corner, we get to gel and get to, really see what's going on now.
Greg, I know you don't want to take your eyes off of the prize on Saturday night, but there's a lot of talk about your division, some great domestic fights potentially on the horizon. All this talk of a Matchroom Queensbury card as well. The light heavyweight scene's been mentioned. The two names being linked have been Anthony and Callum-Smith, but you as a Matchroom fighter, are you throwing your name in there? Are you saying to Eddie, like, listen, if you're going to put a light heavyweight in there, throw me in?
Listen, I'm just one step at a time right now. I've got this Saturday, focus on that, and anything after that, we'll review after that.
Can I ask you if a Yarde fight does interest you though, in that 5 versus 5? You can say that at least.
Do you know, 5 versus 5, that show, obviously in Saudi is great, because obviously if there's a Saudi money, everyone wants to get involved with it. A fight necessarily of Anthony is not something I've looked at like, yeah, I want Anthony because Anthony's a friend of mine. But at the Matchroom, Queensbury, that does sound good.
So he might be a friend, but if Eddie was to say to you, listen, you're going to get that Saudi payday and he's going to be against Anthony, would you be willing to start to consider it?
Everyone's got a price. No, joking, joking. No, obviously we'd review that after Saturday and see what's going on.
I know obviously it's your first fight back, and like I said, don't look too far into the future, but how would you at least, as a minimum, like to see 2024 play out for yourself?
Big fights and get back into that championship contention. That's what it's about. Activity, big fights. But first of all, Saturday night, and then we move forward from there. But this year, I think we'll have a good year and a lot of activity this year, hopefully.
I mean, championship contention, mentioning those words there, we expect as well, we know the Beterbiev Bivol fight's going to take place. That'll tie up the belts. You don't know what could happen then. Will one of them become vacant? Will the champion then look to move up? Anything could happen. Are you looking at how the land of the lie could be, or the lie of the land, sorry, could be within 12 months' time, and the belts could become scattered and an opportunity could open up for yourself?
Boxing always changes all the time. So in 3 months, someone could get injured, someone could vacate, a mandatory could get called on one of the belts and one of them get thrown. So you can't really call it with boxing. In boxing, you've literally got to take step by step. You don't start looking down to the future and you slip on the banana skin there and all of that doesn't matter anymore. So as I said, like, one step at a time, every time I tick off a fight or an opponent, then we'll sit back at the table and be like, right, I've done that, what's next? So for me, I've got to tick Saturday night off.
Just on Beterbiev and Bivol, what do you make of that fight? Who do you think will come out on top?
Obviously Bivol will be the favourite skill-wise, but obviously, of course, Beterbiev the other day put on a hell of a performance, took Callum-Smith shots, which we know he can punch, and he couldn't put a dent in him, so that might actually tip the scales the other way now. To me, that's a very good 50-50 fight. As a boxing fan, I'm interested to see that one. How does Bivol take his power? How does Beterbiev work on Bivol's speed? Because Bivol's a lot faster and got great movement compared to Beterbiev. Beterbiev's a good boxer as well, but Bivol's more speed and skills, not skills necessarily, but speed and movement, and Beterbiev is more power based and skills. So good stylistically fight.
Craig, just a couple from your new gym now. I want to get your thoughts on. Obviously, we saw the EBU order of Adam Azim and Dalton Smith. I was mixing them all up there. Adam Azim and Dalton Smith fight. We've seen them both over social media. Somewhat say not for now, maybe later in the summer and what have you. Just your thoughts there.
Both tremendous fighters, both up and coming, both good fighters. I think Dalton Smith's a tremendous fighter. Obviously, everyone knows Adam's a tremendous fighter too. We've seen Adam's won the European in the fastest amount of time. Dalton's gone out, won the British and Commonwealth against good opponents. So yeah, they're both on their way in their career. I don't know. Maybe it'll be better for a later date. Maybe build it a bit bigger. But that's up to their teams and the promoters to kind of work that. But I just think they're both tremendous fighters and it's a good fight.
What do you make of the CBS Riakporhe 2 rematch?
Brilliant again. I think they're both grown in terms of their styles. When they had the first fight, it was a good fight, close fight. You know, Riakporhe won the first one. And since then, Chris has obviously gone on to win a world title. Riakporhe in these previous fights has showed a lot of improvements. So they've improved in different ways. So coming together again, styles, let's see how that gels.
Final one from me, Craig. Former campmate of yours, John Ryder, recently unsuccessful against Jaime Munguia, but then has announced his retirement. Spent many years training together. I'm sure you helped each other out for many camps, sparred together. Just your thoughts on him now deciding to call it a day?
You know, like John's had a lot of big fights, made a lot of good money, and he's had a lot of good opportunities. He's got a lot of nights he can look back and remember. I think he's been pro 14 years now. That's a long time as a pro. A lot of people would usually say an average career could be about 10 years. He's had over that. And he knows in himself, you know, when it's time to knock it on the head. He's obviously feels like, look, I've had my 14 years now, and I probably want to spend some time with my kids and my woman. So, yeah, I'm all the best for John, whatever he decides to do in the future. He'll probably still be involved with boxing, I can see, because he's a knowledgeable man. And yeah, John's always been there, supported me through tough camps, them triangles. He's given me them rocky speeches, kept me up. But no, he's a lovely man, and yeah, I just wish him all the best from here on.
Craig, listen, it's a pleasure to catch up with you. Obviously, good luck on Saturday night, and I'll catch up with you again soon.
See you soon.